Hey guys, I am doing a video to kind of talk about the whole prosthetic deal of my husband George losing his leg and just the whole process of where we're at and some things that are about to happen. I couldn't put it all in a post, it's too much to write out, so I am doing a video. So, as you all know, or most of you know, March 6th, about 2 months ago, my husband was at work and he was in an accident which caused him to fall off his forklift, and then the forklift crushed his foot. So, it crushed his foot into metal shelving. So the forklift alone pushed his foot into metal shelving, and his foot basically cracked in half. The accident alone, the forklift basically amputated his foot just then, in that second. It was barely hanging on. And when we got to the hospital, they tried to save his foot. They put it all together because his bones, everything was still there. But unfortunately, there was no circulation to his toes, to the last 3 toes. Which within about 24 to 48 hours, they all completely died. So they knew they were going to have to amputate his foot because there was no saving that they could do anymore. And then they gave him the option to cut a little bit higher because they told him with his height and his weight that basically walking on an ankle, they could amputate his foot and give him, prosthetic fake foot, and but that within time, basically walking on your ankle, it would wear, it would hurt, and so they kind of advised him with his height and his weight to cut a little bit higher, so that way the more metal, the more supports, and then the less weight on his ankle, of course. So we went a little higher, which basically caused an amputation, below the knee amputation is what they call it, a few inches under his knee. So he no longer has the bottom half of his leg, his left leg, and his foot. It's been hard. Sorry, I might cry. It's been hard only because, we don't realize what having 2 legs is. We get up, we walk, we go to the restroom, we go to the refrigerator, no problem. Now, George, on the other hand, now, at the moment, is either hopping on just his right leg or he uses his crutches, just kind of depending what he's needing to do to get to grab or whatever. He does have a wheelchair, but that thing it's a heavy duty wheelchair. He's a big boy, so it's heavy, and so we can only use it or decide if we want to get it on and off the car. It's just one of those things. So a normal day for us, just for him to wake up in the morning when he gets off of the bed, to go brush his teeth or use the restroom, he decides if he wants to hop on one leg to get there or if he wants to use his crutches. And then as he's leaning over the counter, brushing his teeth or whatever, sometimes he'll have a crutch to give him support, but sometimes he just uses the counter. Either way, whichever way he decides, his right leg still gets tired. He's putting, over 200 pounds on one foot, on one leg. So he gets tired. He has to sit back down. He has to let it rest. It's just the whole, and that's just that part. Now, to get through the day, we also have our son Julian, who's basically a toddler. He's a big boy, almost 30 pounds, and looks like a 2-year-old. He's heavy, and he's also in that stage. He's about to be 1 where he's crawling, he's walking, he's pulling, he's standing. He's everywhere. So it's not one of those things where we could put him in the bouncer and just let the day be. We're constantly having to be on the move with him, entertaining him. So that alone is hard on me and George. Also because I'm pregnant, about 7 months now, and I'm huge. I know y'all can't tell now, but I'm ginormous. And I'm also to the point where I can't really bend over anymore. Can't really pick up the toys off of the floor, the simple little things. So just know that these past 2 months have been, a roller coaster is all I can say. It's up, it's down, it's crazy. We have our bad days, but we also have really good days where we just kind of figure it out and it goes smooth. And sure, by the end of the day we're exhausted, but it was an okay day. I have a lot of videos of George doing things on a daily, like going to the restroom, not going to the restroom, walking, hopping, or on his crutches to the restroom, like from the bed. I have a lot of videos just so I could show him his process, because he has his days where he kind of loses himself. He feels he's in doubt. He's depressed. He's hurt, and he starts to lose his sight, his faith. So I have a lot of pictures and videos that I may share with you guys, just showing kind of what he goes through on a day-to-day basis, and how he's actually handling it pretty well, and he just doesn't see that. And of course I want to show it to him after he gets his prosthetic leg and foot, so he can see just how far he's come and be proud of himself. Now I know you guys are also probably tired of me sharing ways to raise money, but I want you to know that I can't necessarily work full-time because I have to take care of George, I have to take care of Julian, and I'm also pregnant. So even if I wanted to, I'm very limited on what I can do. But George can't do everything on one leg. He also can't take care of Julian for so many hours with just one leg. They both need me. They are a job, a full-time job. And as most of you moms know, having kids alone, being a stay-at-home mom, should I say, is a job. Now adding George to the equation with just one leg is an even bigger, harder job. So yes, I have been trying to find ways to raise money, because now we don't have, or George doesn't have insurance. So everything's kind of coming out of pocket. And I know you guys may have a lot of questions, like since it happened at work and things like that, but that's a whole other story I can't really get into. They are just not paying for it. Everything's coming out of our pocket at the moment. So with that being said, a few weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, we went to a prosthetic clinic to kind of, what they do is they measure, like how far off of the ground his leg is cut, basically. They decide based on his daily activities, his height, his weight, all of that. They put an estimate together. And it's roughly $15,000 just for his leg and foot. Now, to kind of let you guys in on a little bit, a prosthetic leg average can last 3 to 7 years. But whether it's 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, his leg is going to shrink. Or anybody that's lost a limb, his leg is going to shrink. It's going to get skinnier. It's going to get shorter as he ages, as he walks, as he exercises. It's just one of those things. So then he's got to get a new, it's like a socket kind of deal. Not the whole deal, but not the whole prosthetic leg and foot. But there's a piece he will have to renew every couple years, which is anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 average. So that's another thing. So whenever we do start his prosthetic process, now the leg he's going to walk out with will only last him about a year, because he's still healing. So his leg is actually going to get extremely skinnier within now till next year. So then we'll have to do or get a whole new leg kind of deal. The top half, which won't be another $15,000, but it will be about another $5,000 or so. Now we have somebody out of San Antonio who just recently called our prosthetic clinic and said that they were willing to pay $4,000 like as a down payment so George could get started on his process. These 2 weeks we've been in contact with the clinic, but of course they can't start the process if we don't have any money. They can't give us a leg and just take our word that we're gonna pay them next year or in so many months or whatever the case. So we finally got a call today that a good friend basically out of San Antonio is going to pay $4,000, and it's like a down payment. And so they called us and they took our word saying, you know, that they will work with us. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry. So George can start his process. Now, in about 2 weeks, I believe it's June 5th, is when he can finally go in for his first appointment, which is a casting deal, because they're gonna have the $4,000. Now we have appointments all scheduled and set up. His last appointment will be June 20th. That's called a delivery day. That means they've already done the fitting, they've already done like his casting, his fitting, you know, being able to walk in it, the rehab, and he'll have his custom leg made by June 20th. But in order to go home with it, we still have to raise $11,000. And it's not something we can just, you know, pull out of our bank. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of money. So we're putting together quite a few events. Sorry this video is so long. I'm gonna try to cut it short now. So we need to raise about $11,000 in order for him to walk out that clinic on June 20th with a prosthetic leg and foot. And we've had, oh my God, so many people who have donated money, who've helped me with like my photography sessions where I may only charge $50 or $80, but then they give me $100 or an extra $20 kind of deal. It's amazing. And then I know you guys are tired of me probably posting the jewelry, but I'm just trying to find ways. We don't like to ask for money. We're not trying to ask for handouts. We want to be able to give something in return. So we are actually now, this weekend I'll be posting 2 baskets, a men's basket and a women's basket, that are gonna have like Amazon gift cards, Cowboys apparel, jewelry, just all kinds of stuff. They're gonna be pretty big, and a lot of this stuff is actually donated from friends that just want to help out. And the tickets are gonna be $5 a ticket. I'll probably give it about a week and then I'll pull a ticket. So we'll have 2 separate baskets, 2 separate raffles going on this week. Now our big thing, we are actually going to be doing a carnival. We just have amazing people in our life who know our story, who know our situation, and that I'm extra pregnant, I'm extra fat, and I'm tired. I can only do so much. And they know that George also needs his leg. It's not something we can put off for months. We need it as soon as possible. The carnival, we've got a little ranch going on that's gonna have face painting, horses, bounce houses, snow cone machines, games, food, you know, you name it, the whole 9 yards. And we're gonna also be selling tickets. Now, we haven't kind of come up with a price yet. I'm hoping I'll have that by tomorrow. But we are going to have carnival tickets for sale. Now, that is going to be within the next 3 weeks, I believe. I know it's kind of soon, but we do need this before the 20th of June. And then, of course, I also have my jewelry. I'm going to have a jewelry party in about 2 weeks. And I'm going to have lots of jewelry put out. I'll be in one location. I'll send out information on that too, so everybody could kind of come, women, and purchase jewelry. I promise you it goes a long way. Now, the carnival is going to be the biggest one, so we are going to post about that, and I would appreciate, my family would appreciate, if you could actually help us share it and post it and get it all out. It will be in like Grand Prairie, Irving area, so it's pretty local, in the middle for everybody, hopefully. But we will have a lot going on these next couple weeks to raise money. Now, I do want to thank everybody that's been there physically, financially, emotionally, because it has not been easy. Nothing about this has been easy. Sorry, trying not to cry. We're very grateful for the ones who have, whether it's donated money or purchased from us or helped us with a bill or two, or, you know, just groceries. We've had so many people that just want to help out of their hearts. Sorry. And we never thought, I mean, we help all the time. We donate everything that we have to people who are in need, and we've done this for years. It's just who we are. So now to kind of get it in return, which we never expected or never thought, but now that we're receiving help and donations, and from strangers at that, from, you know, family, friends, of course, but from half the time it's strangers, it's very heartwarming. Sorry, try not to cry. But yes, we're very thankful, very, very, very thankful. Every penny has gone a long way. It's going a long way. George, you'll never know until you're in the position what it's like to lose a limb, a leg at that. The little things that we're so used to just getting up and doing, and he can no longer do. He's very tired. I'm tired. Julian needs us. We have a second son who will be born in about 2 months, who's going to need us. And so we're grateful, very, very grateful for all the help. When people come to help us with dishes or take out the trash, because unfortunately our bin is like a mile away, to load, unload groceries. I've had family members that go to the grocery store with me just to help me carry the groceries, you know, from the car to our living room, and then help me, you know, put it up and help me take out the trash. And it's just one of those things that you don't realize you need help with until you're pregnant and fat and your husband only has one leg. So we're very, very grateful for everybody that's been there for us, who's helped us in all these different ways. But anyway, sorry this video is 20 minutes long. I'll cut it short and I'll post smaller clips next time, and I'll be posting lots of details over the next couple days. But thank you all for for listening, for being there, and keeping us in your thoughts and prayers. Please keep praying for us. We love you guys, and we'll be in touch. Thank you.